Mmm. Damn, so good. I'm telling you. If all salads tasted like this, I'd be eating salad for the rest of my life. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Hello, Herbivore. My name is Chris, and today I just made this green papaya salad. This right here. So this dish originates from Thailand, and it's a really good dish, but a lot of the components that are in this dish are not vegan. What they use a lot with this dish is dried shrimp and fish sauce. And I was able to use vegan ingredients to give this dish that umami and savoriness from those components without actually using those components. It's got savoriness, it's got sweetness, it's got tartness, it's got umami, it's got almost all of the important aspects and flavors that you need for a dish to taste good, and it's got all of it right here. So I am going to show you guys how I made this and give away all my secrets on how I was able to make this so freaking good. Okay, so for the first thing that we're going to need to do is grab a green papaya. Now, green papayas are basically unripe papayas, and we're going to be using two tools for this. We're going to basically peel the outer layer with this peeler, and then we're gonna use this peeler. When you peel it, it's gonna make the green papaya nice and stringy. So what we're gonna do is peel off the skin, peel most of it off so that you get a nice surface that you can work with, and then grab your other tool, which is basically gonna shred it like this. Okay, now that you got all that done, what we're gonna wanna do is transfer it into some water with some ice, so that the texture becomes a little more crispy and it becomes a little more juicy, I guess. Okay, so next what we're gonna wanna do is grab 2 to 3 garlic cloves. Smash the garlic just a little bit with your hands. That way it loosens up the skin and peel off the skin. Next, throw it into a mortar and pestle and just start smashing away. So once the garlic is nice and pasty and soft, what we're gonna wanna do is add some palm sugar. So this is the palm sugar that I use. It's more of like, kinda has like a liquid texture, and it's a lot easier to work with, but some recipes that I've seen have actually used like this rock sugar. This actually is what a lot of people use, but it's hard to work with because it's really hard. I mean, as you can see, it's hard as a rock. That's why it's called rock sugar. But you would have to cut this with a really sharp knife and put a lot of effort into shredding it. So throw in your palm sugar and just start smashing away again. So for almost every time you put some ingredient into your mortar and pestle, we're gonna wanna incorporate all of those ingredients together. Once those ingredients start looking a little pasty, what we're gonna wanna do next is add this fermented black bean. This is what I use to end up replacing the dried shrimp. This is like my go-to replacer for any umami flavor that you get from Asian dishes. It changes the complexion of your dishes in so many ways. Let me go grab it. Okay, so this is the brand that I use. You can get this at almost any Asian grocery store. It is vegan. All it says for the ingredients is that it has black beans, soybean oil, salt, sugar, and lactic acid. Lactic acid is probably used for a preservative, but this is what I use. As you can see inside, it's just darkness and black and fermented and all this goodness in it. So throw that into your mortar and pestle and grind away. Next, what we're gonna wanna do is add about a 1/4 cup of roasted peanuts. Now, when you're smashing these peanuts, make sure not to turn it into a paste. Just maybe break up the pieces a little bit so that you don't get whole pieces of peanuts. Okay, now the other thing that we're gonna be adding is fish sauce. So this is the brand that I use. It says it's a vegetarian fish sauce, but when I looked at the ingredients in the back, there's no animal products in it. So throw that into your mortar and pestle and start smashing away. Next, what we're gonna do is add these long beans. These long beans you can find at Asian markets as usual. You don't need to blanch these because they're already fresh and ready to cook. If you use string beans, make sure to blanch them. What we're gonna do with these string beans is cut the ends off and cut them to about 1 inch long. And once that's all done, go ahead and throw it in there and start smashing away. Next, we're gonna add about 8 cherry tomatoes. And what we wanna do is cut them in half first and then throw them in there and mix it in with everything else. The next thing that we're gonna do is throw in some limes. The best way to cut this is to actually grab it and cut it slightly off-centered. That way you just miss the core. And then we're gonna make another cut kind of diagonally down so that we avoid that core again. And then what's left is basically one more piece. Just cut the core off and you have 3 pieces with no core. Now squeeze in all of your lime slices and throw in the skin, because we're gonna want the essential oils that come off the skin when we pound it. All right, so now that all of that stuff is all mixed up and ready to go, strain your shredded papaya and throw it in the mortar and pestle. Mix everything up for a couple seconds so that it starts to look like this, and we're ready to plate. All right, here it is. There's just so much flavor going on in this dish. When you're able to incorporate sweetness, tartness, savoriness, umami-ness into a dish, let alone into a salad, it does wonders to your brain. It's one of those dishes you might be a little reluctant to try because you've had papaya salad at a Thai restaurant and it's nothing exciting. I mean, let's be honest, it really isn't. But I think what's happening is when you make it vegan, you take away the shrimp paste and you take away the fish sauce, and at a restaurant, at a Thai restaurant, they're not going to substitute it with anything to compensate for those flavors. They're just going to put the sweetness, the tartness, and a little savoriness and call it a day. But with these components that I put in here, like the fermented black bean and the vegan fish sauce, it brings this dish back alive for people that are vegan. I promise you, you will like this. You'll like it so much that I want to put it in my pop-up and I want to serve it to people. That's how good it is. And I'm really hard on myself when it comes to food that I serve to people because I want it to taste extremely good to them. So yeah, give this recipe a try. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys really like it. I think that's it for me. I'm gonna finish this. I was finally able to give you guys another food recipe video. I hope you guys like it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Mmm.